Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to our Canucks GM mode. So in last episode we simmed the entire season and we somehow managed to just barely make it into the playoffs after a really bad start, but a very good March a very good month of March as we went 12-3 in that month, and that helped propel us to a playoff position. We are up against the Arizona Coyotes in round number 1, who took us out last year. And they also won back-to-back Stanley Cups, so this is going to be a very hard matchup. Their youngsters probably grew even more, so it should be a very good series. Let's just show you guys what the lines look like for their team. I don't think they've probably changed up too much since last season, but who knows. So on the first line, they got Max Domi alongside of Adam Henrique and Anthony Duclair. Henrique's pretty good, but Domi and Duclair are a little weak. Then you got Dylan Strome with Patrick Hornquist and Lawson Krause. So Hornquist is new there. I think he was with the Flames the last few seasons in this. Dylan Strome's really good. This wingers are weak though. And then you got Tobias Rieder with Ryan McInnes and Brendan Perlini. A pretty solid third line. And in the fourth line, you got some prospect guy, Francis Maher, who was drafted 6th overall in 2019, alongside of Christian Dvorak and Mika Salamaki, which is a pretty good fourth line. And then defensively, you got a very good top two. You got Jacob Chikrin alongside of OEL, who is 92 and a 90. And then you got Anthony DeAngelo, who's an 87. So these three are very good. That's where most of their offense on the defensive side will come from. Then you got Justin Schultz, who's pretty weak. Kincaid and Gugnot, who are pretty weak. Goaltending wise, you got Bryant Montoya, who's the youngster that took us out in the playoffs last year. 83 overall, which is really weak. And then you got the 79 overall backup in Kyle Kieser, who's not that good. Scratched, you got Nick Merkley and Philip Zadina, so they're not letting these two grow at all, which is not good for their growth, but whatever. So we know what they did to us last year, but let's just put that in the past and fight it out like Warriors and hopefully get it out to round number 2. So let's get it started with game number 1 in Arizona. We don't have home ice at all probably in the playoffs, so hopefully we could use that still to an advantage somehow. First period, and Arizona has the lead. Kincaid gets the game started for Arizona. We're out shooting them 12-8. Second period, and now it's 3-1 Arizona. Max Domi and Ryan McInnes. Bitten manages to get one past Montoya. We're still out shooting them, but we're down by 2 going into the third, so we need to have a strong period here if we want to get back in this game. And we let in a goal early. DeAngelo makes it 4-1. And not looking like a good start to the series, but hopefully we could come back and win the next game in Arizona, as they're up 5-1 now, Duclair. So yeah, this is just a rout 6-1 loss. Not a good first game for Demko in the playoffs. There's the 3 stars, and yeah. But usually what happens when you have a blow loss or blow win in the first round, then you lose or win a bunch of games in a row. So hopefully we go on a winning streak here and take them out in 5 games. It'd be nice to knock out the defending Stanley Cup champions in the first round, and then we have easier teams to go up against in the next few rounds. So game 2 in Arizona still, and that's a very good first period. 2-0 for us. Sam Bitten gets his second in the playoffs already, and Lucas Vegdomo, who we signed in free agency, makes it 2-0. Second period, and now we have the 3-1 lead. Pavel Zacha, who we traded for, makes it 3-0, but McInnes gets them on the board. So let's just lock down this game, guys, in the third period, and we let in one. Hornquist makes it 3-2. Not good. We need some insurance. Power play, nope. Penalty kill, and they score. God damn it. We're falling apart here in the third. Can Albelin or somebody come through, and Henrik Samuelsson, who we traded for from Edmonton, comes through with a goal. I think he was actually originally an Arizona draft pick, and he comes through with the game-winning goal, and your Vancouver Canucks have tied the series. So at least we're going back to Vancouver tied, because now if we could win 2 home games, we are taking a 3-1 series lead. So, but let's just win this first one. 2 games in a row. I think we could do this. Even though Arizona is a pretty scary team sometimes, even though their roster doesn't look like it's that scary, it pretty much is, because since they've won back-to-back Stanley Cups, if they could win 3 in a row, that would be like they'd be a dynasty. Okay, let's take this to a 2-1 series lead for us. Come on, guys. First period, and there we go. Albeling gets one on the board. We're outing them 14-7. Second period, and Kevin Fiala makes it 2-0. So now we have a 2-goal lead going into the third once again. But this time, guys, we need to get an insurance marker and just lock it down. We can't let them get back into this like last game. Power play. Come on, boys. Nope. Nothing there. At least we're locking it down for the first half of the period. But now we just let in a goal. Tobu Streeter makes it 2-1. Come on, guys. Lock it down even more than last game. Come on. And fucking Christ. You gotta be joking. 57 seconds left. Justin Schultz makes it 2-2. And we have a tie game, and we're going to overtime. This is a big game, guys. We win this game, we have a chance to go up 3-1 with a win. So we need to win this game in overtime, guys. We just got to. Nolan Patrick, come on. I know you can come through with a goal. Nolan Patrick. Because Nolan Patrick isn't he in... No, he's not an Arizona native. Oh, fuck. You gotta be joking. Christian Dvorak makes it 3-2, and the Arizona Coyotes steal a game in our building. I don't even understand how that goalie simulates so well, that Montoya guy. As an 83, he's just making like 30-something saves a game. We should have won that game. We were up 2-0 going into the third, and we blow our lead. And then we lose in overtime, so we need to bounce back from that. What do you want to say, Albeling? Team performance? Yeah, I'm happy with it too. Do you like demanding? Yes, he does. Okay, good. Team meeting. Let's just go demanding. Yeah, everybody likes it except for Fiala, so that's good. Hopefully the team plays good just because of that team meeting. So game 4, we need to win this game, boys. We need to first period, and Ulevy gets the first goal game again. So once again, we're scoring first, but we need to hold on to our lead this time, guys. We can't just keep blowing leads. Second period, and there we go. Now that should be more than enough. 4-0. Going into the third, Bo Horvat makes it 2-0. Then Nolan Patrick comes through, and then Lucas Fedgedomo makes it 4-0. So we should have this in the bag unless they're gonna come back from it. And Nick Mutri makes it 5-1, as they had 1 goal early into the third, but we bounced back at least this time. So it looks like we're going to tie the series up going back to Arizona. This might be a series that goes 7 games, potentially. And it's going to be a 6-1 final. Very nice win. Just what we need after losing 6-1 in the first game of a series. We win one of them as well, 6-1. So there's the player stats. 3 stars. Demko gets first star. So Demko had a great bounce back game from that last one. Because technically we should have won that, being up 2-0 in the third. Like, we could have just literally been up 3-1 in the series if we would have won that last game. But instead we blew a lead. And our AHL team did not make the playoffs, as you guys can see on the side. Which is kind of surprising because they've been so good in the last few years, but whatever. First period in this game, and we have a 2-0 lead again. So at least we're getting goals early. Zaka and Tippett make it 2-0 after 1. Second period, and now we have a 3-1 lead. So once again, we're in the 3-1 lead position. Let's just not blow this lead this time, guys. So Shea Theodore at least gets a goal, and then Meher for them, or Mayer, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Power play, and we do not score. And there you go. That's what we need in the third period, some insurance. So we're up 4-1 now. We should have this locked up. Unless we go on a monumental collapse, which I don't think is going to happen. Nick Mutri gets another, and we're up 5-1. I'm lucky now Mutri's playing offensively, even though he's a grinder. So now we've won back-to-back games, and we've outscored them 11-2. So now Thatcher Demko's starting to steal games for us. So hopefully hopefully we can end this series on home ice and head on to round 2 and eliminate the defending Stanley Cup champions. Or back-to-back defending Stanley Cup champions, I should say more. Come on, guys, let's end this tonight. First period, and we have a 1-0 lead again, and it's Nick Mutry. I'm liking that trade from the start of the last season. Definitely he's helping us out in the playoffs. Second period, and they tie it up. Lawson Krause makes it 1-1. So we're getting out shot, but we need to just have a great third period somehow. We need to lock down our defense as well. Play like we did in the last 2 games, and Albeling comes through with, I think, his second of the night. Or no, it's not his second of the night. It's Mutry had the other goal, but we have a 2-1 lead. Are we going to eliminate the defending Stanley Cup champions, guys? Are we going to do it? Only 7 minutes left. Last 3 minutes, last 2 minutes, last 1 minute, and there it is. Nazarov gets an empty netter, his first ever playoff goal, and your Vancouver Canucks have eliminated the defending Stanley Cup champions from back-to-back seasons and are off to round number 2. So Demko only allowing 3 goals in the last 3 games of that series and has propelled us on to round 2. But who are we going to be going up against in round 2? Hopefully it's some team that's easier than Arizona even. It's probably someone like the Calgary Flames. Yep. How did I even know that? We've played Calgary so much in the playoffs. We're up against them again, and they swept their first round matchup. Not sure who they played. It was either St. Louis, LA, or Anaheim. So, interesting. Let's take a look at the player stats from round 1, and then we'll take a look at the Calgary Flames lines, and then that is it for this episode, even though it's only a short episode. So, wait, actually, let's look at the playoff tree first. So, Calgary eliminated the Anaheim Ducks in 4 games. So, you also got Colorado and Dallas. And then in the East, you got Pittsburgh and New Jersey, Tampa Bay, and the Islanders. Interesting. Okay. If we have to play the Devils in the Stanley Cup Finals after taking Zaka, that's pretty funny. But none of our prospects are even on that team that we traded for. They're probably in the AHL. So in the first round, Stetcher was the best player. Then Samuelson. Wow. So our 4th line played very well. Albeling and Patrick, Vejdomo, Fiala, Reichel, Horvat. Okay. Chris Wyman even played decent. Nick Mutry, though, 3 goals. That's huge for a grinder, especially considering he's 82 overall. Tippett didn't play that good, but like everybody had a point in that first round, so our entire depth is coming through, which is good. Goaltending, Demko went 4-1. 4-1, what? How do you go 4-1 if a series went 6 games? I don't even know. But he's up to 89 now, so he's growing still, even though he's past 25 or 26. He had a 2.42 goals against average and a 923 save percentage. So, actually a very good first round for Demko, and at least in those last 3 games. So now that we checked that, let's take a look at what the Calgary Flames are all about. I'd assume their lineup is similar to what we've seen in the last few years, except for it doesn't have Hornquist obviously on it anymore, considering we just eliminated Hornquist in the Arizona Coyotes. So let's take a look at what they're all about. View opponents. So first line, Matthew Tkachuk, Sean Monahan, and Hunter Shinkaruk. So okay, that's a pretty good first line. You got a sniper, 2-way, and a power forward. Second line, you got our former player, Jacob Vrana. Wow, what are the chances he goes and signs with the team we have to play against? So, Vrana, Bennett, and Goldobin, who actually is a Canucks player currently, but we didn't actually, since I think the trade happened after we started the GM mode. That's pretty funny. Emile Poirier, 86. Wow, he's growing good. Laurent Dauphin, Vince Molson, who was drafted in the first round last year or the year before. Paul Bittner, Eric Howla, and Hunter Smith. Okay. TJ Brody, Dougie Hamilton. Rasmus Anderson's going very good for them too. Look at those 3 great defensemen. All offensive defensemen as well. Ty Smith also offensive. And then Steven Santini and Jordan Schmaltz. So this team seems to get a lot of help from their back end, and their power play is probably scary as shit. John Giles and Jenkimovs. Okay, so they're kind of a weak team for some parts, but they got their strengths. So anyways, guys, that is going to do it for round 1 of the playoffs. So in next episode, we will do round 2 against the Flames. And yeah, so hopefully we can get back to that Western Conference Finals. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.